better trade, connectivity and knowledge sharing between Singapore and China. These are among 14 agreements signed at the 17th Joint Council for Bilateral Cooperation. One of them includes a new cooperation plan for the China-Singapore Land-Sea Trade Corridor. It will provide a framework until 2025 with future plans until 2035. The agreement was first signed in 2019 to facilitate trade and boost regional connectivity between Western China and Southeast Asia.
Its biggest strength is that it encompasses modern connectivity as well as services. So while it is anchored on the four key pillars of aviation, logistics, financial services and ICT, actually there is a lot of built-in flexibility. It means that it can continue to evolve, to cater to new opportunities that are of joint interest to both China and Singapore. We are supporting goods flows with data flows. And if successful, then this kind of new initiative can be replicated to the rest of China.
Another agreement will see smoother customs clearance. It will establish a decentralized blockchain model to exchange customs and logistics information between ports. Now, this will help businesses in both countries better manage their supply chains. Singapore and China will also launch a new fellowship program for young leaders from both sides to exchange knowledge in areas like urban governance and sustainability. Our Deputy Prime Minister Heng Swee Keat says that despite the pandemic, Singapore and China have made good progress in their bilateral cooperation. The number of agreements signed at this year's JCBC meeting is also the highest in recent years.
It reflects the strong foundation of our collaboration over the years. Post-COVID, we will need to have an economy that's more resilient. We will need to have an economy that is much more digitalized, much more reliant on technology and innovation. So you'll find that the MOUs that have been signed have these very forward-looking elements. It builds on what we have been doing in our own industry transformation effort.
Well, the two countries have also taken stock of cross-border travel, with Mr. Heng expressing hope that Singapore will be among the first countries on China's list when it restores air travel. But when that will happen is still uncertain. Transport Minister S. Iswaran says that will depend on global developments. Still, they'll continue to try to bring connectivity back to what it was before the pandemic.
Singapore and Singapore Airlines will be supporting the upcoming Beijing Winter Olympics by operating chartered flights through Changi Airport, thereby serving as a connecting hub for the region. So this is how we've been seeking to maintain essential travel through the pandemic. There is scope to do more, but it has to be informed by the public health risk assessment.
The talks on the trade front have also been gaining traction. For one, the countries have agreed to include telecommunication services as part of ongoing efforts to upgrade the China-Singapore Free Trade Agreement. It's a move that Trade and Industry Minister Gan Kim Yong says will provide a more enabling regulatory environment for local firms operating in China. Mr. Gan adds that both sides have concluded 3 rounds of negotiations so far, and that significant progress has been made in concluding the investment services and telecommunications chapter text. Both countries also discussed how Singapore can contribute to China's internal development through bilateral projects like the Tianjin Eco-City project and business councils involving its provinces.
Through the Tianjin Eco-City project, I think we can participate in the sustainability focus pillar. And if you look at Chongqing, it is also a project that will allow us to narrow disparity between the development of the coastal provinces versus the more inland provinces by enhancing the connectivity to the Western China. The existing platform, bilateral collaboration platform between Singapore and China will put Singapore in a strong position with regard to the new development paradigm.
Meanwhile, Singapore also welcomes China's application to join the Digital Economy Partnership Agreement, or DEPA. The agreement establishes norms for economies to trade digitally with one another, cutting down on processing time and promoting cross-border data flows. One observer believes this would benefit up-and-coming sectors in the infocom sector.
Specific areas like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, even machine learning, data analytics. So I think China has been at the forefront of innovation in many of these areas. And I think this will not only benefit China because the participating countries overseas, Singapore and perhaps the rest of Southeast Asia through the Singapore Gateway can actually also take part in this deep collaboration.